iPhone 6s Plus versus LG G6 speed test coming up right now. Let's go. So what is up guys, Nick here from Everything Tech, helping you to master your technology, and welcome to the iPhone 6s Plus versus the LG G6 speed test. Now the intentions of this video is to help you out to decide, do you want an iPhone 6s Plus or an LG G6? The G6 can be found for about $500 on places like swappa.com, or you can buy it brand new for about $650, whereas the 6s Plus is right around the same price point. Let's go ahead and boot these guys up at the same time in 3, 2, and let's go. Now I know the G6 is a year newer than, or 2 years newer than the iPhone 6s Plus, but the 6s Plus has pretty good solid hardware under the hood, so it actually is still pretty relevant today, the iPhone 6s series here. But the LG G6 does have a Snapdragon 821 CPU with 4 GB of RAM and Android 7.0. The iPhone 6s Plus has an Apple A9 CPU, 2 GB of RAM, and iOS 10.3. Now you've seen the iPhone 6s Plus did boot up first over the LG G6. Confirming the software on the iPhone 6s Plus, I did not actually update this yet to iOS 10.3.1, so I am on iOS 10.3. The .1 release doesn't really make that much of a difference. This is a 128 GB model 6s Plus. LG G6 does run Android version 7.0 Nougat, and this is a 32 GB model with the expandable storage, so you can say pretty much similar to the 6s Plus. It just has expandable storage rather than built-in flash storage. So let me go ahead and clear the RAM on both devices and the cache on the LG G6. So I'm going to go ahead and hold the power button down here along with the home button here for the iPhone, and it should blink in just a second there. And there it goes. Now let me go ahead and go into storage here for the LG G6. And I'm going to go into internal storage and go ahead and cache data and clear the cache for the applications. Alright guys, so now that the cache is clear, let's go ahead and make sure all the applications are closed out on both devices, and let's begin with Facebook. So it looks like the iPhone 6s Plus takes it there, coming home. The LG G6 is going to be a little bit quicker home because it doesn't have a physical press button. It has capacitive keys. Let's head over into Instagram. And you can see it looks about the same. I'd say the LG G6 there coming home. Let's go into Twitter on both devices, and you can see the iPhone 6s Plus takes it there coming home. Let's go into YouTube, and you could see looked about even there. I'd give it to the 6s Plus, honestly. Let's go into Best Buy on both devices, and you can see looks like we got some setting menus there on the 6s Plus, so let's go ahead and do that again for Best Buy. Let me close out Best Buy, coming home. Let's go back over here and let's go into Best Buy. And we got it again. So, but it looked about even overall. Let's go into Uber on both devices. And you can see Uber opens first for the 6s Plus. What about the Wikipedia? Wikipedia goes to the LG G6. So they're trading blows in terms of their applications. Let's go into the Play Store and the App Store. You can see the App Store wins on the 6s Plus. Going into Pinterest. LG G6, but only by a slight hair. Let's go into Play Newsstand, and you can see I got a pop-up there for the iPhone 6s Plus, so let's do that again for the 6s Plus. Let's go into Play Newsstand, and you can see dead even there on Play Newsstand. Coming into Temple Run, here's where the 6s Plus should rip through this test, and we have to exit the game there. It was preloaded in the background, so I guess I was playing too much Temple Runs. Let's go into Temple Run again, and you can see the 6s Plus blazes through it, as does the G6, but the 6s Plus was a little bit better there. Going into Subway Surfers, let me go ahead and mute this really quickly here for the 6s Plus. You can see we're waiting on the G6, and the 6s Plus is ready to go. So in gaming, as it's been shown on multiple videos between Android and iPhones, the gaming optimization is just better for iPhone. Let's go into settings on both devices. About the same there. Coming home, let's go into speed test. And got a little pop-up there, but it still found the speed test network quicker than the LG G6. So I think overall, the 6s Plus has better app performance than the G6. So you can see right there, the Geekbench right there. And what about Safari and Chrome? Let's go ahead and go to apple.com on both of these devices, and then we'll go to lg.com. So let's go to apple.com on both devices. 3, 2, and let's go. And you could see, it looks like the iPhone 6s Plus. What about LG's own website? Let's go to lg.com. And by the way, if you guys didn't know, LG actually makes some of the screens in your iPhones. So let's go ahead and go right here. They're one of the suppliers for Apple. And you could see, boom, LG actually loads its own website first. So it's kind of funny how Apple's website loads quicker on an Apple device and LG's device loads their website quicker. So that was pretty cool to see there. But overall, I'd say their performance is really close to identical. It's not really a big deciding factor here between the 6s Plus and the LG G6 in terms of just speed. And generally using these phones every day, both feel snappy. Actually, I think the LG G6 feels a little snappier in terms of its UI. LG's UX is very smooth. Apple's OS feels probably more buttery, like a little bit more polished feeling, but this one feels snappier, and it has the continuous loop you can set in the menus where you can go all the way through the apps instead of ending at one app like here on the iPhone right there. So a lot of customization there for the Android device, but generally very fluid in day-to-day use between all of your standard apps on both devices. The LG G6 actually feels a lot smoother in my opinion than what Samsung does on TouchWiz. Now let's go ahead and run through those apps again to see how they do in multitasking. Facebook, same there. Instagram, same there. Let's go into Twitter. Same there. Let's go into YouTube. And the 6s Plus takes it there. Let's go into Best Buy. About the same there. Let's go into Uber. Both have the app Eld open. About the same again. About the same again. So you can see the G6 has great multitasking. It even beat the 6s Plus there. And Newsstand had the reload on both. Let's go to Temple Run. Great stuff. LG G6 had that open. Boom. Let's go into Settings. Boom. Both had the applications open. LG G6 there. Geekbench, Safari and Chrome. So I would call this dead even in terms of the multitasking. The LG G6 is a champ in multitasking. So that pretty much wraps it up with the speed test portion of this video. I'm not going to run a Geekbench. The LG G6 doesn't score very high in the Geekbench, but it doesn't prove to be a problem in the real world use. But a couple other things I want to talk about in terms of these devices if you're deciding to pick one up is that the iPhone 6s Plus does have, a similar camera to that's found in the 6s or into the 6s as well as into the iPhone 7. So very good camera there with 4K shooting capabilities. But over here on the LG G6, you do get that dual camera setup that gives you that wide angle lens, 4K video recording as well, 13 megapixel camera, and I think that you'll have a more enjoyable time on the LG G6 shooting photography. Now the 6s Plus is going to give you a easy to use simple camera, but honestly every day you're going to have more fun I think on the LG G6 shooting photos, and you're going to be very happy with the results. Now the 6s Plus in terms of battery life is, it's pretty solid. It's pretty good actually. It can get you through a full day easily, whereas the G6 also gets you through a full day easily. But I do think the iPhone 6s Plus has slightly better battery life than the LG G6 due to the light use of iOS. And if you turn on low battery power mode, it's not an issue here at all for the 6s Plus. So I'm giving the iPhone 6s Plus slightly better battery life, but you do have support for fast charging here on the LG G6. The LG G6 and the iPhone 6s Plus do support mobile payment, Apple Pay over here and Android Pay over here for the LG G6, so that's a non-factor. But talking about build and design, I do think that the iPhone 6s Plus is kind of like a classic iPhone 6 design that feels very solid, aluminum brick all around the edges. It's just kind of boring in my opinion in terms of design. Now on the LG G6, it's quite a stunner to look at, all glass and metal build, and it does feel very comfortable in the hand, definitely more comfortable than the iPhone 6s Plus. It feels a little bit lighter. It's got a taller screen, bigger screen than the iPhone 6s Plus, as well as a sharper screen than the 6s Plus, and it is shown day to day. Now this really comes down to iOS or Android for me. I think that the LG G6 is the better buy of these two phones. I have more, enjoyment using this day to day, and it's not because of Android or iOS. If you look at LG's UI, it puts all the apps on the home screen screen, no app drawer. They almost feel identical in your day-to-day use, and unless you're going into settings and the notification tray, you see a little bit of difference, but this feels very modern, the LG G6, with its white theming UI, as well as the ability to theme it, the speed, the look of the device. This device feels like it's straight out of the future here in the LG G6, and it's the one I would recommend if you're trying to decide between a 6S Plus and an LG G6. Now, if you're deciding to upgrade from a 6S Plus, I think the LG G6 is a decent upgrade from the 6S Plus as well, but it's nothing too crazy. Like, it's not a huge upgrade, it's just a kind of a sidestep in my opinion, but a solid sidestep. Now, if you want something that's really gonna blow your mind better than the iPhone 6S Plus, I think the Galaxy S8 Plus is the one that'll blow your mind over this phone. Now, the 6S Plus also, you know, coming with the iPhone 8 upgrade, you might want to wait for that as well. But that pretty much wraps it up here for me of the iPhone 6S Plus versus the LG G6. I hope this video helps you out and to make a decision whether you want to buy one of these phones, whether you want to see the performance because these are phones you're saving up to get, or, you know, you're trying to do an upgrade. Let me know if it helped you out down below in the comment section of this video. Give me any questions, suggestions, concerns, anything you want to know. Let's talk about it down below. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, click the like button for me, subscribe to the channel for more technology videos like this. Nick here helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well, and peace.